Alright, I really do need to kind of do the get up and go, so. Whoops. I arrived at the promise of felines. Hey, Captain. So, it is how I titled this. Yeah. Usually I won for like, you should do things you don't like first. But I feel like this would be accurate. Phoenix goes in, he sees old bag again. Who wouldn't at that point decide, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna leave and try to feed a cat. As we go to just living room. Which I feel like they should specify it a little bit. Just say like on guard's living room or something. March 22nd. On guard mansion. Living room. Sure is dark.
I'll go turn on a light.
Wow. So this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Somehow, as a lawyer, I don't know that feeling. Phoenix, I feel like you got ripped off at some point.
Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's find Shoo, the kitty cat. Shoo.
It's a cat. It's an... It is really funny when they just put a picture on there. It's like with a tiger and everything too. So I guess this is Shoo.
Ah, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shoo.
Perfection.
Tee-hee.
The cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me. Oh, look who it is. Phoenix might have a little bit of face blindness, not recognizing this is that bellboy from earlier. May I help you with something, mister? Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. On-Guard's lawyer. The Masters. Then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes? Ah, it's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler, John Doe. Nice to meet you. Alright. It's a very comfortable and spacious lounge set. I wonder if famous stars drop by and sit around and have a good time. In any case, I don't really belong here, do I? What is with me and feeling inferior today? It's okay, Phoenix. We all have those moments.
Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here.
That's actually a fireplace.
How are they different, Mr. Nick?
You know, I've never actually seen a hearth before, come to think of it.
You should come and visit Fay Manor then. I'll show you one when you do.
Damn, I like how Phoenix just... I think this is actually Phoenix knowing from Maya, from the whole ladder and step ladder thing, that this is not an argument he's gonna win. But I do like how he just rolls over for Pearl, like it's like, nah, it's not worth it. Also, I know it's easier just to draw lines, but these must be some goddamn strong wires.
Ah, a giant bicycle is flying through the air.
That bicycle, Pearls, is one where you don't have to pedal, and it moves on its own.
Really? Wow.
But sorry to disappoint you, it can't fly.
Oh, that's too bad. Ah, there are masks here.
Yeah, that one in the middle is the Steel Samurai. The ones next to that are the Pink Princess and the Evil Magistrate. They fought many battles against the backdrop of Neo-Old Tokyo.
Wow, you really know a lot about the Steel Samurai, cry, Mr. Nick.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry that I know more about that show than a kid. Man, Phoenix, you gotta stop being a jerk about the Steel Samurai. Edgeworth is a way bigger jerk, and yet he likes it.
There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick.
I bet it's for Mr. Ungard's cat to use.
Oh, you mean shoe.
The door. It's locked tight. Well, I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it and discovering Maya. Nestles into the chat. Hey, Katie. You might have missed the cat. It depends on if he'll come up during any of my talking with Mr. John Doe here. You're not going to respond to any evidence, are you? I was wondering if you wouldn't mind taking a look at this.
I am afraid I cannot offer up anything special about it. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of evidence for a trial.
Polite yet snotty with a touch of rude. He's the stereotypical butler, all right. Okay, well, let me try and see if you respond to people. Would you happen to know who this person is?
No, I would not. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master's acquaintances.
Then what in the world can I talk to you about?
Mr. Nick, being angry is bad.
Okay, you say anything if I show you Matt Ongard? You must know all sorts of things about Mr. Ongard, right?
Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder.
And, anything else?
No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs.
How typically butler-like, as it were. John Doe, age question marks. The butler of Ongard Mansion. For some reason, I get the feeling we've met before. As if that one bellboy with the vertical face scar is familiar. You ever know this person? Okay. So we did get something asking about Ongard, but that's probably the only one. Matt Ongard. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. Ongard, right? Oh, is this the same thing I've already read? Okay, that one was the same thing. What about John Doe? Mr. Doe, very real name you have there. How long have you served at this residence?
Well, sir, I would have to say maybe about 1 year.
And, anything else?
No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs.
You know, I would have thought Mr. Ongard the kind to have a maid over a butler. I mean, no, I think Ongard's the type who it would actually be his... Well, okay. So I know what Phoenix is getting at. Damn you, Twitch. I mean, it's not that bad. Well, I guess it probably didn't tell you at all. Hey, Darth. But I've only been going for like 9 minutes, so you're not that late. I feel like Ongard would clearly not be the type to have either a butler or a maid. He would have whatever cleaning service his manager got him, if the manager didn't do it themselves. Unless, of course, there's something going on between the two of them, which we know there kinda is. Shoo. Alright. It seems you did not miss the kitty. We at least get to see him. That's a very cute cat you've got there.
It is my duty to take care of him. The master rather fancies Shu.
And, anything else?
No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat.
Well then, I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Matt's note crumpled into a ball and thrown away.
Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now.
Oh, we should probably get going ourselves.
Ah, so young and yet already so accomplished. A master of law.
I mean, Phoenix Wright, a master of law? It's fine. He's lying about being a butler. He can lie about other things. But there was also a lot to be proud of in being a butler, in charge of the house and all.
Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Right. I honestly don't know why, except for like... I guess the idea is this is letting Shelly know that he can call us now, maybe? Well, I hope that cat was good for everyone. Because now we need to go see Wendy Oldbag. Who is not a cat. Night of the murder. Please talk to me about the night of the murder just one more time.
I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and her note. She was loitering around here with that imbecilic look on her face. With that imbecilic look on her face? Okay, got it. Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're going to take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, all right.
Now I've seen everything.
But you know, I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night.
I mean, Phoenix is the doctor of law. Somehow. No one truly understands how the bar exam functions. I mean, we know that apparently if you just look enough like a detective, you can pass out of the detective exam. Which I'm still worried and concerned over what the hell that means, but it does explain how Gumshoe got in. Memories of Kurita. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about Mr. Kurita.
He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts, in my book.
But I heard that he was lagging behind in the polls against Mr. Ongard.
Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know. But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Look, just look at this mountain of presents. It's a show of the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him.
Yeah, the mountain is pretty big, and certainly nothing to shake a stick at.
Mr. Nick?
What is it, Pearls?
The presents, they're all bears, right?
She's got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. All of Mr. Kurita's presents from his fans seem to be bears.
Oh, that's because you can't think of Juan without thinking about bears. You see, he got his start in the gay pornography industry before quickly pivoting to a career as a Sentai star. But for those first couple years, oh boy, it was always him opposite some big...
No, sorry, going on too far. Don't say that in front of Pearl, please. She's only 8 years old, old bag.
Bears? Why bears? You don't know? When my dear Juan was training, he fought bare-handed with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win. But after the fight, they became friends.
Wow, what a heartwarming story.
Look, it's just like in those young people's dramas. I can see those two tuckered out, down by a river, going, "Hey, you sure can fight. You too, bub, you too."
Did all that really happen? No, Phoenix, it's goddamn publicity.
It's in his biography, bub.
What a load of crock.
So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents.
Yeah, nice. Bears.
I'm Uncle Bear, and I say it's barely 8 o'clock.
What is that infernal racket?
It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m., way past your bedtime.
Oh, that'd be really funny if I was on the West Coast. But as I'm on the East Coast, you are off by a few hours, old bag. Ugh, that startled me. I thought I was going to die for a second.
8 p.m. That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night, remember?
Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. The transceiver? Hello? Hello?
This is not a phone.
Maya. How is Maya? You haven't heard her, have you? Also, has anyone ever told you you sound a lot like John Doe, Matt Ungar's butler?
Yes, I get that all the time. It seems you were not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. I have heard the news, so it would seem my present did you no good.
No, Mystic Maya, Mystic Maya. One more day, please. All I ask is for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time. Please.
I do like Les Miserables. I suppose, if I must, I need that acquittal more than anything else after all.
Please. Please let Maya say something. I want to hear she's alright.
Alright, then, little.
What's with this static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello?
It seems that connect.
Damn it. Did the transceiver just suddenly break?
Excuse me.
Beep. I blame Robo-Bear. I think it turned on its EMP.
What happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden, it became nothing but static. Ah, Mystic Maya, Mystic Maya. Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. The sooner the better. Well, Phoenix, I have bad news for you. We don't have an electronics expert. It's a beautiful glass. Wine glus. It's a beautiful wine glass, and there's tomato juice in it.
Ew, tomato juice. I don't really like it much.
There's a bottle of it on the table over there. That's probably where this came from. Alright, that was basically the same. Is this the same?
So, the Nickel Samurai's costume was in here?
Yeah.
I can't believe Mr. Kurita went so far, just to say bad things about Mr. Ongard.
Well, It was a press conference, so we had to go in costume.
But weren't Mr. Eingard and Mr. Kurita friends?
They weren't friends. They couldn't be friends because they were rivals. Okay, Phoenix, you've really got to get over Edgeworth, man. The amount of butt hurt Phoenix is carrying with him whenever that even touches on something like that.
So, a rival is someone who is a strong enemy?
Rose is really fired up over this. I don't have an answer for her. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered all over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Kurita fought his assailant.
These glass shards.
They're probably from the glass vase Miss Andrews knocked over. It looks like Mr. Kurita had dinner that night.
This bottle, it's tomato juice.
We had a lot of food at the award show that night. I wonder if the stars had gone on stage after only eating a meager meal like this.
So that's a bed.
Yep, it's big, but it's a bed.
Ah, Mr. Nick, it's so soft.
How easily children are entertained. Phoenix, you having a moment there, buddy? Ah, yes, as an adult, I don't understand the appreciation of a nice bed.
It's so messy here.
Girls really like things neat and tidy, I take it.
There are a lot of electronic things in here that I've never seen before. Hey, Mr. Nick, tell me what they are. Pretty please?
Okay, that over there is a watch. You wear it on your wrist. Okay, this is the same exact one as last time.
I know what a watch is, you dick.
Oops. For a second there, I forgot I was talking with Pearls, not Maya. Suitcase. Okay, that was definitely the same.
Wow, there are a lot of bears.
Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have?
There's even a few in the trash can. Poor teddies.
Oh god, no. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot that that was the dialogue that triggered the PTSD flashback. There are all sorts of things in this refrigerator.
The carrot juice bottle and the tomato juice bottle are both empty.
Empty? Nah, that was basically the same. Okay. So there was a couple different ones here, but they were mostly the same. Yeah, I don't have anything new to present to Old Bag, so I'm not gonna mess with her. Alright. Gumshoe. I feel like there's no way this would actually work, but also the plot mandates that we go to someone who has an electronics thing they can do, and you're about the only person who's not affiliated with the case anymore. March 22nd, Reading Company Law Offices.
Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner.
That's nice. Thanks.
A rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is.
I'm sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have the time to eat.
Oops. Looks like you don't have a can opener, pal.
You've got to be kidding. And here I thought he had already whipped something up.
Oh, I know. There is one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead.
Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about. Oh, do I not have a thing here? Maybe I don't? Because these are all the same. Oh, I'm being a dumbass. I need to actually give him the transceiver, I think. Oh yeah, do you know about this card? Card? Edgeworth, for some reason, went pale the instant he saw this card.
Oh, hey, I know what this is, pal.
You do?
No matter what way you look at it, I'd say it's a picture of a shell.
Thanks, Gumshoe. That's it?
Oh yeah, that's right. Mr. Edgeworth really likes those cooked snail things. What are they called again? Escargot or something like that?
Mr. Nick, I think we just solved the mystery of why Mr. Edgeworth's face turned pale, right?
Pearl, please. As I suspected, Gumshoe has no clue.
The transceiver?
Oh, Mr. Nick, you should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing.
Pearl, what thing?
Oh yeah, this thing just up and broke all of a sudden.
It broke, pal?
When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this.
Oh, I don't hear any static, pal.
Huh?
Maybe it fixed itself?
That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise, but I did turn it off and on again.
Maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe it was Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal.
Electromagnetic interference? It's so weird that they let Gumshoe have this, when this seems like... But I guess the fact of the matter is, Gumshoe clearly must have some modicum of ability and skills, right? We just happen to mostly see him at his worst. Gumshoe wouldn't string that together. Yeah, he doesn't even know logic exists yet. He won't be told about that for like another year or so, when he shows up and meets Edgeworth in the investigations context. Electromagnetic interference. So what is electromagnetic interference?
Oh, it's something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal.
Oh, when you put it that way.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Like for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen, the stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right?
Huh? Computer?
It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird.
Oh, yes, the TV does do that. Oh, so that's what you're talking about.
She seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this.
So the room you were in when that interference to the transceiver happened. There's gotta be something there that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Something like a listening device or something.
Oh, that sounds like potential evidence.
Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened?
We were in Mr. Kurita's room. The scene of the murder.
What? That's it. I'm going to sneak into the precinct and get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, alright, pal?
Wait, Gumshoe. That sounds highly illegal.
Oh yeah, baby. It's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah.
We should be going too, Mr. Nick.
Alright, let's go. Greetings from new house. Hey, Donnie. Congrats on selling into that. Um, and potentially figuring out the UPnP stuff. No one said anything else in there, which I assume means that you figured it out on map tools, but... I need to go to hotel lobby. I will, I'm not gonna actually be going much longer, because I don't have a lot of time this week, but I wanted to do a couple little streams. We might be able to finish this first day, though. I don't know how much is left to it. Viola Hall. But we helped make sure Cat was fed. Although it turns out that the kidnapper, who is the assassin Shelley the killer, is actually John Doe working at Mountaine's mansion. But I'm sure our client's innocent. I'm double sore from spelunking under the house around cable and also getting my flu and COVID shots. Oh, wow. Yeah, that'll do that. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Corita's hotel room.
Hey, we're finally here, pal.
Sorry to keep you waiting. How did you beat us here? I came straight here. I mean, we did see Gumshoe ran out very excited.
Do you have the, bug sweeper?
Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly, I'm staring at the precinct doors. From the outside, I mean. So yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers.
He's got that Skyrim courier speed. If anyone in this series would have that, it would be Gumshoe. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item.
Hey, calm down, pal. I didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's.
Wow, so this is a bug sweeper.
It looks a little broken.
Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal.
Oh? By who?
Me, of course. Seeing this sure brings back memories.
I guess we know that Gumshoe is a little bit of a tinkerer. He did make the Blue Badger. And I assume he lives in such abject poverty that he does have to take care of some things himself just to afford to save money.
Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up, but I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here.
A tragedy. That's the first time I've seen that Pearl happy jumping animation. I know, it's really cute, isn't it?
Your heart and soul?
It'll work, trust me, pal. It'll do the job.
But, of course, also half the time when you see Pearl, she's being possessed by Mia, who, for age rating reasons, cannot jump up and down and be happy. Especially not when she's in Pearl's body and the robe is already at max capacity.
It'll work, trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity. So it's going to beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves.
But isn't it better that way?
Oh, ho, 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 ho. That was a lot of hoes. Well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal?
I'm getting that sinking feeling again.
Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal.
So we're going to find it, right?
Right. Now, first, let's turn the sweeper on. Next, Pearl, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough looky-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press the A button to lock onto it. There's a lot of things that's going to give off radio waves, so let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal?
I maintain that Gumshoe is still decent at arts and crafts. Oh yeah. I mean, this is gonna work, and he made it when he was in elementary school.
Alright, I'm going to go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal?
Well, the phone is the most common place for a listening device, I'd say. But let's take the receiver apart first before we get ahead of ourselves here.
Wow, you know a lot about electronics, don't you, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, I know tons, especially when it comes to taking them apart. It's my specialty. I'll leave the fixing part up to Gumshoe.
So, is there a listening device in there?
No, I really thought it had to be in the phone, too. Heck yeah, the tunes.
The radio is on and playing something. Oh, it's kids question corner.
Professor, why is the Earth round?
Yes, why is it, Mr. Nick?
Why don't you listen to the radio program a little more, Pearls? I don't really think the listening device is in the TV of all places.
Looks like the TV was left on and it's now showing an old samurai movie.
Yeah, this channel plays all sorts of international movies, as well as domestic ones.
You know, every time I watch one of these old movies, I always think, wow, these Japanese stars are really good at English.
Yeah.
When I grow up, I want to study Japanese.
Oh, the localization team had fun with this dialogue, I see. I should probably keep my mouth shut here and not destroy her dream. Those balls aren't tomato juice, they're unshaken ketchup liquid. Ugh. Lamp, check. Listening device, nope.
There are a lot of lamps in this room, aren't there, Mr. Nick?
Yeah,
And they're all on. You shouldn't do that, Mr. Nick. Don't you know that's wasteful?
yeah. I'll be more conscientious from now on. Sorry. Okay, I assume all the lamps are gonna be the same. Did this Discworld Kickstarter launch? I'm so mad I have to be a responsible adult. Oh yeah, you just don't have the money right now, or is it weirdly expensive? A cell phone? Nope, no bugs in here.
A cell phone?
What? Don't tell me you don't know what a cell phone is. Phoenix, my dude. You know she's an 8-year-old sheltered girl from the country.
I'm sorry. I've never seen one before.
Now that she mentions it, my cell phone couldn't get any reception while I was staying in Korean Village. And Pearls has never lived outside of that village, so... Well, I guess I can't say it's impossible to live without one. The robot bear.
Ah, what a lovely bear. Ah!
Ah, this was one of those fancy bear-shaped toy robots.
It's a robot? It's a real robot?
Yeah, it's a real one.
Mr. Nick,
Yes?
how many horsepowers has it? How many horsies?
Horsies? Well, look, it's a bear, so, It's the TV's remote control, but it doesn't look like the listening device is in there.
So I was thinking, I wonder if a TV remote works on other things. Like, could I make you change your expressions like TV channels? Zap.
Hey, but if I could, ooh, the people I would give the old mute button to. Well, I don't think it's going to work on me. Why don't we try it on Maya tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Does she not with modern tech trends like flip phones and iPods? Is this another phone? It's a plain old calculator.
It says 50 on it. Maybe he was calculating his allowance?
Oh, 50 cents? Maybe if he was a spirit medium or gumshoe before he was fired.
Wow, there's a really delicious loaf of bread in here.
Looks like it's been on keep warm all this time since the murder.
Well, Mr. Scruffy Detective always says, gotta keep the trail and crime scene warm.
I think the keep warm in that case is a little more metaphorical. So, on one hand, this is a rice cooker, right? But I think taking a rice cooker and saying it's a bread maker, it makes sense for making it a Japanifornia thing. The same person is reasonable. For the insane enthusiast, you could put in $105-ish. For that, I can pull off a gumshoe diet, idiots. I can't justify spending $108 on a DM screen I'll never use, and pretty dice tray, even though I really want to. Ah, that is fair. I can understand that. Phoenix trying out his stand-up bits on us, the audience. I believe this is just a clock. Well, it certainly looks like an alarm clock.
What's wrong? Why do you look troubled?
I just can't imagine the listening device being inside this alarm clock. It just, sort of reminded me of something that happened a long time ago.
Oh.
Well, anyway, it looks like the listening device isn't in here. Clocks, the perfect assassin's weapon. I mean, that is effectively what Phoenix is getting at. There's no listening device in that notebook computer, huh?
What's a notebook computer?
Do you know what a notebook is?
Yes, it's a small book with paper that you can write on. So?
Well, that thing is like a notebook in a way. It's basically a small laptop.
Mr. Nick, what's a laptop?
Beat me to the joke. Not a joke, more trauma, but same difference, really.
Oh, the water in this hot water pot has run out. I'll go get more water for it.
Okay, sounds good. Looks like she's forgotten all about looking for the listening device.
What's this? It sort of looks like a hot water pot, but...
Oh, well, it's kind of like a hot water pot, I guess. But instead of hot water, coffee comes out.
Really? This pot can do that? Is there a pot that orange juice comes out of?
I don't think there's anything like that, Pearls. Sorry. Those Kel dispensers are the best. They're pretty good.
This is a refrigerator, right?
I really don't think the listening device is in something like this.
Because it's filled with nothing but healthy vegetable juices, right?
Yeah, sure. What does that have to do with listening devices? Anyways, for some reason, the bear is giving off electromagnetic waves.
This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I have ever seen.
Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean.
No, not yet. But this bear's eye is...
Well, let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we've got. Pearl, you're 8 years old, right? That means you're old enough to watch someone tear out the eye of a stuffed animal.
No, you can't. Such a violent act.
Oof.
No.
It's a miniature camera, and it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer.
A what emitter?
A transmitter, pal. Seriously, I'm
usually the dumbass. How am I knowing this and you don't? Oh, whatever.
Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff?
Now Nick is the pearl. Camera. So this tiny thing is a camera?
Yup, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal.
Oh, how the turns have tabled.
It's a small, high-grade video camera, mostly used in security systems.
So it's a video camera.
It runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set.
But there's no videotape in this camera.
Ah, this is only the camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside it is somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
The footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder.
So, it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it?
Hey, you're right.
Spy camera added to the court record. Set to record the victim's room from 8 p.m. for 1 hour. Was running at time of murder. So, what is a transmitter?
It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal.
Phoenix, please, you passed the bar exam. I don't know what cartoon logic it suffered under, but still. It looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing.
Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it.
You can set it for a certain time?
Yup, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for 1 hour.
8 p.m.? That was the time the award ceremony ended. I'd like to point out that the first Ace Attorney game is supposed to take place in 2016. So Phoenix Wright really should get it together about tech. Yeah. It's a weird mixed up Squidward, SpongeBob, Patrick Ocean. It is kind of interesting to think about too. Because like, then it goes like 2017, maybe 2018 or whatever. Then you have the Apollo Justice time skip. Which means, they better hurry with Ace Attorney 7 or they're gonna need the time skip if they want it to still be in the future. But otherwise, they can have it be basically present day now.
Oh, there's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I'd guess.
Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here?
I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder.
Then maybe...
Oh, maybe this camera caught the murder on tape.
What?
And if you think about the angle the bear is at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal.
Transmitter added to the court record. Changes the footage taken by the spy camera into radio waves and transmits the data. With daytime jump again, and we get Joseph Joestar version of Phoenix Wright. Depends. Does this include him being racist and also getting another daughter? Because I could lose the former, but the latter would be kind of fun to have again. That's a small part of part 4, but I do appreciate, like, even though it kind of sucks that, like, he had an illegitimate child and it kind of, like, messes it with him a little bit, but then he also just gets to adopt the little invisible baby girl. Oh, he has a whole house full of them by that point. Teams up with Cyborg Nazi. Look, how else do you defeat the perfect life form? Stuffed bear.
So there was a camera in this bear's eye?
It was disguised as a present.
And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind.
But who gave Mr. Kurita this present?
I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there's got a video of what happened here that night.
Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is?
It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out.
Oh,
Is there really no way to find out? Stuffed bear added to the court record. The spy camera was set in its right eye, found in the victim's room.
I got it.
What?
Hey, pal. Let me borrow this mini camera for a bit.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go around to the electronic shops and see if I can find out who bought this.
But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m.
Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal.
Spy camera and transmitter given to Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, did you ever think maybe you got fired because some of the best investigative work you've done has been after you were fired and are working for a defense attorney who you guys basically treat as your enemies? Oh, he's trying. I mean, it's nice.
Oh yeah, baby. It's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
It's not about the money, Spider-Man.
he's gone.
Yeah.
But Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mystic Maya's sake.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is going to be Miles. It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right? Ah. You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward, one step at a time. No, Edgeworth, you would not be very into Sanderson. You have some basic bitch taste, I'm afraid. It's the next step is the thing you need to say. That's the meme for Dalinar. But no, I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, huh? You are one lucky man, right? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl? He may be bad at his job, having off a record, and have the common sense of a turkey. But he's managed to somehow always end up being on cases that catch the criminal. He just needs the help of a super genius and the world's only MacGyver of law. You know, that's a convincing argument.
I have no idea.
Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade, and only a small number of these are exported here. What? The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is.
Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can he really?
Well, I guess so. The power of prosecutors are largely unchecked, so... It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. Edgeworth, even if that's full of just stuffing, are you really just picking up that whole thing and carrying it out yourself? Look, without Gumshoe being bad at his job, Phoenix Wright wouldn't get investigated at all, so clearly he's actually helping. I love the MacGyver theme and the Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger theme. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've seen people make jokes about this scene because it is a very funny image. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. Stuffed bear snatched up by Edgeworth. See you soon, Wright. Wait, all my evidence? What? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. Now, Baka, you cannot comprehend me, Baka. Now, this is not a bad point, but I'll point out they gave us the choice earlier to either push for more of the truth or to just try to get our client declared not guilty. And I chose to keep going for it. But of course, that's not an actual choice. So this right here is Edgeworth saying this, even though in the courtroom, our Phoenix specifically does clearly begin to comprehend. But besides that, right, until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Carida? The real killer. Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, no, it's Shelley the killer. It's in the fucking name, Edgeworth. I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, right? Everything begins with the truth. No, it ends with the truth. Because that's when the case has ended. Juan Carida's real killer. Miss Andrews passed. He really wants to say it's Matt Ongard because he's the client who purchased the contract. The kidnapper, whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. Ongard. And this card, Shelley the killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. Oh, hey, look at that. That actually timed out pretty well. This also means next time we should get to the reveal with Matt Ongard. Which is very dumb, but also maybe one of my favorite parts in these games. That said, I know it's not even technically been an hour, but to reveal that he's a cool dude, heck yeah. I do need to make sure I get a few hours of sleep. So I'm going to stop it here. But hey, thanks for hanging out with me for the short stream. Glad people are doing all right. Glad you settled your new home, Donnie, and all that. But good night. Next time, unless something happens, I think we should be able to finish this case, maybe. Well, not next time in one stream, but next week, as long as I can get 2 streams in. Good night.